Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of Stephanie's Stamp Pad where we get together and make a card. Today's card is beautiful. It says joy is contagious, happy. And it has a cute little bow and it has these fun little flowers off to the side. And then you open it up and you can write your message. Now it looks kind of complicated, but trust me, it's very, very easy. Now what are the products we're going to use? One we're going to use is the grid die set. We're also going to use, for our happy, we're going to be using the happy calligraphy to stamp, this happy here. Then we're also going to use the joy is contagious from the uplifting words to here. And then those cute little flowers come from our daisy set, this one. Then we're going to use some pretty little yummy flowers and some guava seam binding and lots of ink colors. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do, and I've already kind of cheated because I've already done this, was I've just taken a piece of cardstock and I fold it in half for my card base. That was simple. Easy peasy. Then what we're going to do is I need a rectangle for my white base, or the white foundation back behind my grid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get just the large rectangle in this kit. Let's open this up. I'm just going to use the large piece, not the grid itself, but just the large piece. So I'm going to lay that down. I'm going to lay that right there. No speed bumps, so we want it to go a little bit at an angle, and I'm going to run that through. Then what I'm going to do, after I run that through, I'm going to use both dies to create my grid. Now, you're going to actually make two grids out of the Midnight cardstock. I've already made one for myself here. Oh, that one's got there. So this is my grid, but I'm going to make one more. So I'm going to lay this down. Now, if I use just the grid die, it's only going to cut out a bunch of rectangle and some squares. I need to use this one also that comes in the kit to get the full grid. Now, I'm going to line that up just like that, and I'm going to run this through the machine. Now, why do I need two of these? I'm going to create a mask onto my white paper so I can do my stamping. Smart, huh? Okay. Now, you can keep that mask for other projects as well. Now, also, you can keep these little squares because they're perfect for another project, as is that rectangle. So here's our grid that's going to go on the outside. Now I could have also used Sizzix adhesive, and that would have been very smart to add this to the back, because then I could have just glued that right on. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this down onto my white cardstock, and it would be smart to have like a little piece of something. You could use washi tape. You could, oh, here's some washi tape. I'm going to use some washi tape just to keep that down a little bit, because I don't want it to move with the mask. So I'm just going to add a little bit. Washi tape's nice because it's kind of temporary. It's not going to stay on. It's not permanent. It's not going to stay on forever. So I can peel that up. So I'm going to just add that right there. And then I'm going to do my stamping. Now I notice I'm going to need, so here's cloud. We're using cloud. So I'm going to open this up and let's get out our happy. Brand new stamps always make me happy. Happy. Yummy. Okay, so we're going to lay that down. And I just got black on me. That's nice. Okay, so we're going to ink that up. Now, this is a brand new stamp set. So for my videos, I always use brand new stamps. And I'm going to stamp that once. Ooh, nice cat hair. That looks good. And we're going to just stamp this right near the bottom, right there. So I'm just using this blue mask, or this midnight color, just for placement or a mask. It's not going to be my final piece, but I just want to make sure that I get everything lined up exactly where I want it. Otherwise, I might be in for a surprise if I don't use that mask. Now let's do the Joy is Contagious. I love this stamp set. This one's fun. Oops, lay that one down. And again, we're going to ink that baby up and stamp it once onto scratch. Now, why would you want to use a lighter gray instead of black? Just mostly so it's not so whoosh black, you know what I mean? You don't always want it to be so black that it really distracts from your card. Sometimes gray is just a nice combination that's just a little less. There, Joy is Contagious. And then we are going to get our flowers. So where's our little flowers? We're going to use the little tiny daisy. it's this one, and I need a little tiny block. I don't see a little tiny block. I had one earlier. I'm not sure what happened to it. Here's one. So we use a little tiny block, and let's get out lots of colors. So we're going to use guava, ocean, kiwi, and banana. So kiwi looks like it's on top, so we'll add that. And we're just going to stamp. Now, the fun thing about this mask is I'm going to stamp off the edge, but I don't have to worry because remember, the mask is separate. That's not going to be part of my card. And we're just going to fill this square up. Isn't that cute? Go off the edge, and it is fun to go off the edge because then it really just kind of adds to the interest. So now let's get some, Dye Wipe. My favorite baby wipes in the world to clean my stamps. And I always just usually use a little piece, but we'll just go like that for now. Okay, so now we have the kiwi down. Now we're going to move on to guava, and I always wear old pants to dry it off. So now we're doing guava. Again, we're going to be just stamping. Here, move this closer. Now, usually I stamp upside down with the ink pad, but when it's a little stamp like this, you can do it this way. Look how cute this is. It's fun to go off the edge. Okay, now we got that one done. So let's move on to banana yellow. Banana yellow. And ink that one. Now this time you're really going to want to make sure you clean your stamps in between. You don't want to contaminate your ink pads. Look how cute this is. This is so cute. Okay, oh, one more. And see how that washi tape is really coming in handy holding that down? Ooh, how did I get all that extra yellow on there? Okay, and then last but certainly not least, ocean. These colors go so well together. Look how pretty that is. Okay, so we're adding this. Then we're going to add this to our card. Oh, one more. All right, there. Okay. So then let's clean that baby off one more time. Little baby stamps. Little baby stamps are so fun. Okay, put that back so we don't lose him. Now we're going to peel this up. Dun, 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 dun. We have our mask all set. See how it filled that in really nicely? And then we are going to add this to our card base. Let's get some adhesive. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I had black. I had black on my table. Well, the good news is we have a backup. My team is awesome. They give me backups just in case I mess up. Okay, so we'll use this one. I had ink on my table. How could that happen? Ugh, the crime. Okay, so we're gonna line that up. Make sure we don't touch it. And then we're going to add this. Now again, I would recommend using Sizzix adhesive on the back of this because look at how I'm trying to do this. Silly Stephanie, huh? If my nephews were here, I would say, silly auntie. Silly auntie. Okay, so now we're going to add this down right on top. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Isn't that cute? Then we're going to add our little bow. And we're going to trim down the arm. Trim down this arm. Okay, so there we go. Then we want to trim it. Trim the legs. Trim the legs. Trim the legs. There we go. And then we want to use a Zot for this, or glue dot, because that's the safest way to get it to stay. Look how easy peasy this card is too. And then, just for a little extra bonus, we are going to add a little rhinestone flower. Because, look, let me just show you the example. Cute, extra cute, right? Am I right? Cute, extra cute. So we're just going to add that right like that. And we are done. Joy is contagious. and happy and open it up and write your message. Thanks so much for joining me for another episode of Stephanie Stamp Pad. I hope to see you again next week, where every week we create a card. Thanks so much. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.